The Cardinal won the toss and they will receive.
It's important for California when you look at them coming out tonight to be able to contain Christian McCaffrey, not let him run wild, especially in the middle of the defense where they've been exploited throughout the year.
Well, McCaffrey will settle under and he'll have a returnable kick here to start the game. He gets to the 25 and turns those legs almost out to the 30. That's for the Stanford offense. And they're seen underway, and Hogan in the shotgun with McCaffrey on his left side. And they will play fake to McCaffrey. A throw and a completion to start the game. Devin Kajus, the receiver. Second and 1. They hand off to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey just barely, but he got the first down. Stanford in this power formation with the extra offensive lineman. They pitch it to McCaffrey running right side, and good defense by Cal. The tack. And with an offense like Cal and their quarterback Jared Goff, in a lot of ways Stanford tries to play keep away. Delay fake handoff. Hogan trying to take a deep shot, and he's got Michael Rector incomplete. Hogan hands off to McCaffrey, and there was not much running room. McCaffrey across the 45 to return with 2 return men deep. Robinson will get the kickoff. Harris is going to let it bounce, and it rolls out of bounds inside the 10 at their
secondary in the back end.
Coming off a record-setting offensive output last week against Oregon State, they try to run. Now that play was stuffed, but there was a flag thrown.
A little false start.
False start. Offense number 66. Half the distance to the goal. Remains first down.
When he's right with his footwork, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the country.
Stanford sends some pressure. Cal hands the ball off, and Blake Martinez right. Oh, they've got 4 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 11. Goff a quick hitter out to that left side, but good coverage and a nice open field tackle. Stanford brings some pressure. It's a handoff, though, straight up the middle. Watson had some room, but stopped at about the 16-yard line. Welshly, Cal has undoubtedly made a lot of progress. Now they're going to angle a kick away from McCaffrey, but that will end up giving Stanford very good field position. That was not a great punt. Just a, we hear a lot of different comparisons for a kid who's just a sophomore. He's not in on this play. They're going to hand the ball off, and that's Barry Sanders across midfield.
Your opportunity to make the most of it. Different type of runner than his dad, although nobody was a runner that Barry was.
They're going to swing this one out to Bryce Love, the true freshman with a lot of speed. But the tackle by Cal.
So they realize they've got to continue to feed him more touches.
McCaffrey on 3rd and 3 with a big hole. McCaffrey cuts it to the right and gets to the edge, to the 30 and to the 20-yard line before yards. It's 1st and 10. McCaffrey gets another one. Another nice cut, and still on his feet with that power.
Outstanding.
2nd and 1. Hogan under center. McCaffrey in the I formation. He'll get the handoff. McCaffrey following Garnett. Get this rivalry game. And Christian McCaffrey, one of the best in the country, been a huge part of this drive. He'll churn inside the 5 down in the game, number 94. And Ramon Wright, the short yardage back, is in. He'll get the carry. Wright stacked up and stuffed. Still going, though. Lunges forward. He's in. Touchdown. Wow, it looked like he was stopped and he just kept going.
Well, last year he had 4 touchdowns in the big game. Some guys have a feel for short yardage. Some guys have a desire. Some guys have a will. And they understand that if my feet don't stop, I'm going to fight and claw for everything I can get as he crosses the end zone. That's just a natural red zone runner. Ramon Wright doing his thing.
Now, you mentioned the 4 TDs in the big game last year. He's got 22 career touchdowns, and all of them have been in goal-to-go situations. So all of them get a win. Stanford is a powerful team, and they have scored first. The kickoff deep. And Cal will return. And they got an opening out to the 30 and across the 30 to the 32.
Do best, and that's your best chance for success against the Cardinal.
They're going to throw here on 1st down. Little shoulder fake. The pocket starts to collapse, and that one off the hands and almost intercepted. Pretty good fastball. Dad was a big league baseball player. Jared was a baseball player growing up. He throws this one middle. That one caught. And the tackle short of a first down.
He's missing Kenny Lawler too right now. His bruised buttocks. Don't know if he'll play tonight or not.
Handoff and a broken tackle. I still don't think he got there. Stanford defensive lineman Brennan Scarlett. So we'll see. It's 4th and 1. Goff. He's not punting. He's rolling right, and he's got his man for a first down and more. Darius Powell out of bounds. So Cal being aggressive going for it, and they convert.
And they're going tempo right here. They got a nice little pick done by Chad Hansen, number 6. Watch the little pick right there. Just enough to rub off, allowing Powell to get the first down. I love that.
On 4th and 1. Goff in the pocket. He's going to take a deep shot. He's got his man. It's incomplete. Just led
Muhammad.
Yeah, they got Watson in the game now, and Wary is not the speed back. Watson almost ran out of bounds. Penalty flag thrown. That pass was complete.
Field jumped that.
Illegal motion. Offense number 5. 5-yard penalty. Main second down.
Whitfield, the safety, playing very deep on this 2nd and long. Goff, plenty of time, taking a deep shot, and the pass is incomplete, but a penalty flag thrown. Blake Martinez with the coverage intended for Maurice Harris.
You know what? Just from real game speed, that didn't look like pass interference.
Defense number 4. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So
15-yard penalty down to the 31. A handoff to Watson. Watson coming off the big game against Oregon State. Of course, Cal had a monster game. 2nd and 7. Goff going to swing it out left side to Watson, who makes the catch. Gets to that left edge. Penalty flag thrown. I think that's against the Bears. The tackle made short of a first down.
They're going to get Powell on a hold on Meeks, number 24. Now, Meeks got lucky right there. Meeks' job is to turn that ball back inside.
10-yard penalty. Main second down.
At 9 plays from scrimmage, they've been called for 3 offensive penalties in the first quarter. Goff hits his receiver. A beautiful delivery to Bryce Trent out right from the start, where Goff has been so good. A designed run for Goff, and that is not the strength of his.
Targets underneath all night.
2nd and 10. Goff throws right. Harris with the catch. The play clock down to 2. They get the snap off. Here comes pressure. Goff throws, and it's caught inside the 5.
Malik McMorris.
Yeah, he's sort of a hybrid fullback. The big dude up the middle. That's Nweri. Got back to the line of scrimmage, no more. Oh. Again, Nweri. Play fake. Goff, end zone. Caught. Touchdown. And then the ball pops out. It's incomplete. Well, that's certainly been a topic lately in college football. It has been today. No touchdown.
Well, anytime you're playing one-on-one at that part of the field, you cannot give up the inside of the field. You got to complete the catch 1-2. The ball was coming out. It's a nice job of number 13 Holder of not quitting on the play, finishing through the play.
Yeah, that should have been a touchdown, but it was a good play by young Elijah Holder to knock it out. I think they're going to take a look at this one. And another important 3rd down conversion. Now 3rd and goal. Goff sprinting right. He'll throw right, and he bounced it. Incomplete. He had Lawler field goal. With only 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. 20-yard try. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Bears move the ball down the field impressively, and they get points on the board, but only 3. Final 5 seconds of quarter number 1. The big game. Stanford lead players as well. Cardinal leads 7, 5 seconds to go. Quarter number 1. One thing, Chris, that David Shaw talked to us about was he was hoping last week a very tough, very disappointing loss to Oregon in the last seconds. Would you have a hangover? Would there be an effect lingering into this week? And he thought, well, it's a rivalry game. No, we've been talking about the game all week long.
Well, it's important. And you have good leadership on this Stanford team, so I wouldn't expect a hangover.
Christian McCaffrey will return the kickoff. McCaffrey still going outside the 30 to about the big game. Dave Fleming, Chris Spielman, Todd McShay, Christian McCaffrey, that quick cut up. College football in all-purpose yards. Having one of the great seasons in that regard in the history of college football. 2nd and 7. Hogan's going to throw. He's got his man open. Rector, who gets shoved backwards. He was trying to turn it up. Johnny Caspers moves to center. Ramon Wright trying to jump over. That's close. Wright stuck the ball out, and this will also depend on the spot. On the initial look, and then he did get it. So they give him the first. Insiders at 10, and then countdown following. McCaffrey breaking tackles. So that's pretty impressive from one of the best running backs in the country. We've got one of those here in McCaffrey. Hogan throws, and it's dropped. His tight end Hooper.
Told him yesterday, Todd.
Probably.
Yeah, wait a minute. 83%. Mike Bloomgren, we saw the offensive coordinator. Hogan, nice delivery. Francis Owusu cut it upfield. Now the country in this situation. Hogan under center. Ramon Wright pushing forward. Right to that line. This time, I think that spot will give Stanford the first. That's close enough where they might have to measure.
I think they got a favorable spot because I'll tell you what Cal did. They had their linebackers get their hands on the rear ends of the defensive linemen, and they help with the penetration.
I tell you what, Stanford's the best team in the country really in those kind of spots. Cal's done a good job in a couple of short yardage situations. McCaffrey almost an option style play with Bryce Love out there with him. McCaffrey just kept it. Love comes in motion, and they're going to fake it to Love. Here comes pressure. A man open, but the throw was rushed from the pressure. Alongside Hogan. Hogan, an option play. Wright puts a block down, and Hogan's not going to get it. He got on third down. 4th and 3. Jake Bailey. They have two punters. Bailey does the short punts, end over end. This one's going to bounce, and it will 15 to go. In the first half, 7-3 Cardinal. Cal and Jared Goff inside the 10. And a first down catch by Bryce Treggs. They'll get
when teams try to blitz him with 5 and 6 guys, so something to keep an eye on.
I think we have seen an example of that. The carry by Watson, and he's at tight end Anderson in motion. Play clock down to 3. Pressure comes. He's got his man open. Watson with the catch of the first down.
So the defense is exploited when they run a blitz.
Play fake, swings that one out to Powell, who gets shoved out of bounds. But
But in stride, and that's why they can get some rack yards after that.
handoff here, and Wary will have the first down and a little more across the 35.
Underrated aspect of his game.
On first down, another throw. This one is dropped. He had his man open. A big place in his Cal career. Watson empties the backfield. Stanford rushes 4. Goff throws middle. Pass is caught. Held on to.
Off coverage again. It should be an easy first down if they want it.
Sprinting left. Goff throws. Complete first down. That's Bryce Treggs.
Trevor Davis, excuse me.
Well, Michael Batlin, the referee, did not turn the microphone on, but that is the penalty.
Brought 34 up to bring the blitz. Kalambai.
And he is a good natural pass rusher. This throw short, caught across the 40 and driven out of bounds.
They brought the punter in.
All right, so now they shuffle into that punting formation and boom one over the returner. It'll bounce and into the end zone for a touchback.
Turn him into a star.
Well, on first down, it's McCaffrey, Wildcat style formation with Marks leading the way. McCaffrey jumping over a tackler across the 30. He's such a different style player this year than he was last year. Big formation, give it to McCaffrey with the big hole out into the open. McCaffrey breaking tackles outside the 40, averaging better than 7 yards a carry. They'll give it to Love. Love, who's got that speed, squirts through across midfield.
Come on.
They're going to throw the ball for the first time. It is a screen, a broken tackle. McCaffrey slips away, cuts inside. McCaffrey, another great cut to the 20, following that blocker. What a run! Christian McCaffrey, touchdown. He did it all. The little screen pass turns into 49 yards.
Deceptive power, speed, vision, and why don't we say Heisman finalist with it? Right there. Could that be a Heisman moment?
That's
why
your
not?
moment.
Yeah. That's what he does, man. No wonder he doesn't want to come off the field. They motivate him by putting Love in. I'll show you taking me out of the game.
And I don't think he's going to kick it deep after the spectacular catch and run from Christian McCaffrey. Stanford leads 14-3. Cal will get the ball back. And a short kick return stopped at the 17-yard line.
And being creative in how they get him the football.
He's got 15 touches and 184 total yards in this game. That pass incomplete. Cal taking a shot to, you see those all-purpose yards. He just handles the ball in so many different ways. 184 already in the first half. That catch by Powell, and he stretched. Off in the shotgun. Big McMorris in motion. They're going to throw it out, and it is caught for a first down and more. Nice cut by the trailing 14-3, 1st and 10 after a 21-yard gain. Goff, another quick hitter with an open receiver. Out into the open. That tackle by Stanford, but a gain up. Goff, pressure comes, gets away, and now throws it away. Good job to the NFL on that side of the ball, but playing well this year. Handoff, and it's going to be a throwback to Goff, who catches it and then turns upfield. Goff inside the 40, out of bounds. And a great throw. At least he got it over Kevin Anderson. That could have been a disaster. Now the slant play over the middle, and Trevor Davis. Plenty of time inside the Stanford 30 with 2 timeouts still to go. They will hand the ball off, and a big hole for Watson, who's got the first down inside. Did not.
Threw me off.
Out to the left flat. Davis with a lot of cushion again. Push. And so good in the red zone. They're in the red zone here. 2nd and 1. Play fake. Goff to the end zone, and it is out of bounds. Caught.
Bottom.
See if Goff goes that way. Instead, he's sprinting left, rolling out, pressured, spins around, keeps his balance, and throws it out of the end zone. From 28 yards, so Cal's gotten close 2 different times in this game. Kick is up, and it is good. So settling for field goals, both good scoring opportunities. 51 seconds to go until halftime. Stanford's lead is 14-6.
Defense is not the strongest part of their team.
This kickoff is taken inside the 5 by McCaffrey, who will add to that total yard, and he's going to add a lot of yards to the 40. There goes McCaffrey. What a weapon he is. I don't see a flag on the field. It's a touchdown. They just can't believe how good this kid is. 98 yards. And Mom's pretty happy about that. Her kid's having another huge game.
She used to score goals like that.
His mom, Lisa, was a Stanford star, a soccer star.
It was interesting standing back here just behind Love and McCaffrey. They waited to the last possible second until they allowed McCaffrey to go to the right side. That means the Cal kicker had no idea which side to kick it and couldn't kick it away from McCaffrey.
Well, you can't kick it away from him by kicking a high kick, short and high, and let your cover team cover, or you start squibbing it down the middle of the field. Because after that, you can't kick it to the guy because, as the kids say today, he's sick.
That's Chris Spielman just staying current.
Yeah.
He's sick.
That's how I roll.
I don't even know where to begin.
Begin with this, just the ability again to do so many things and help your team in so many ways. There's not a player like him in college football. The most unique player in college football. The most versatile weapon there is.
I don't think anybody does more for his team than Christian McCaffrey. Extra point is up and good. So we were wondering, well, 82, that's his total yardage. Cal has 250 as a team in the first half.
We need to look at the record for a non-quarterback on that.
No kidding. Now a flag is thrown. Cal's got their own return going. A second flag. The kicker, Ukrapina, helped.
During the return, holding on the receiving team, number 39. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Take away Cal's chance to answer that Stanford score. 29 seconds on the clock, and Wary will get the handoff. Carry it out close to the first down. It is the total yardage that he has just dominated this season. We saw all of it, every aspect of it in the first half. Cal does get the ball to start the second half. And the Bears will get the ball.
Or at least start to go for touchdowns once they get in that red zone.
So Goff will try to get Cal started. We saw a lot of that in the first half.
He said, probably not. He goes, we just got to get down and cover better.
Hand off to Watson, who gets to the outside, and there's the speed from Trey Watson into Stanford territory, still on his feet. So number 5 for Cal can do some things as well. That's a nice run.
So every defense has a contained player, meaning to force the ball back inside. Right there you see Palma coming out, scraping off the over the top, has to force that ball back inside, does not, and Watson uses his speed to get a positive gain. Now this is where Stanford's defense, about 10 more yards, will start to tighten up, but you'll see still they're playing nice loose coverage. So if Goff wants it, he has the underneath stuff.
That was 28 yards. Now a play action pass. He's got his receiver Harris for a first down and more in problem area for Cal. They've been down here twice and kicked field goals both times. And Wary, I thought he had a hole, sort of stutter steps across the 15, which does not happen very often. Stanford leads the country in that category. That pass caught along the side. On 3rd and 2, Goff will swing it out to Watson with a blocker in front, but he falls down.
Stanford in the second half get points and make possessions count.
Notice another short field goal try, 25 yards. Another one is good. So Cal, that's been the story of this game. Moving the ball, but settling for 3. It's 21-9. I didn't think he'd change his approach. This one is more of a pooch short kick, but McCaffrey's going to rush up. It will be the up back who will take it, though, across the 30 out to the 35. I think that's old night tonight. He and the Stanford Cardinal on the field, leading 21-9 with 11:50 to go in the third quarter. McCaffrey gets the carry, and not that time. In fact, he lost a yard.
Is within 8 yards of the ball.
Hogan tries to take advantage, a little shoulder fake, throws middle, and the pass is caught. Kajus dragging that tackler along. Year, I think, based on expectations. I think they thought he was going to have a big-time year. 3rd and 2, handoff. McCaffrey picks his way forward, and I don't know. He gets driven backwards again. This is going to depend on the spot.
Next time, run it with Joshua Garnett pulling, because he gets to the hole first.
High punt from Robinson toward the sideline. Fair catch signal made inside the 15. Sends us to a timeout with a lead, but Cal has moved the ball effectively. Their defense gets the ball back for Jared Goff, who gets pressured, steps up, and goes down. Limps to the sideline. Rigsby has to leave for at least one play. Goff, that pass complete. Harris turns it upfield, gets tackled around.
Holding them to field goals, though. Then they tighten up when they get inside the 20.
3rd and 5. Goff with time now. Moving around in that pocket. Looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Throws in, and he's got his man Powell first down across the 30 out to the 3rd.
Back to make contact, knowing that he sees him.
A 15-yard sprint right. Short throw. Easy completion. And
that really well. That's why when pressure comes, he's still ready to throw the ball when he sees the receiver open.
And off on 2nd and 1, and Wary gets the first. Play fake. Goff. A little tighter coverage that time from Alameen Murphy.
That's what they've been working on, these situations. Now he'll go back to the tight side.
Pressure comes. He throws behind his receiver.
Intentional grounding. Number 16 on the offense. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Includes a loss of down. 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and 18 after the loss on that penalty. That throw, Davis turns it upfield. Davis gets knocked out of bounds, but I think he got there. They needed 18, they got 19. Watson gets to the corner. Watson, another big run inside the 30.
First time they got Palma, that time they got Martinez.
Another deliberate drive. Play fake, taking a shot over the middle. What a catch! I think he got it.
In this quarter compared to the first, these receivers are making catches, very tough catches when they have to.
1st and goal. A spin move. Still driving inside the 4, down this drive. They started at their own 14. 2nd and goal out of the timeout. Pressure, the throw, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Powell got his hands on it, but could not hold on.
Well, they run the play action to suck up any type of linebackers. Meeks is coming off the blitz, and they got a mismatch because Whitfield is moving to the receiver with his shoulders turned. He gives up the inside. That's a catchable ball, and a Division I football player has to make that catch.
And they have not gotten in the end zone. More pressure comes. Goff toward that back corner. This time, Powell hangs on. Touchdown! What a throw! And the Bears are right in this game.
How about throwing a guy open, throwing it to the back pylon. Beautiful. Before he's out of his break, that ball is out of his hand. The pressure's picked up as Blake Martinez is coming. You have number 66 Morayo coming over to pick up the pressure, allowing Goff to deliver this strike.
Really good touch too, to just drop that ball in there. It's not an easy, it looks like an easy throw. It's not an easy throw, and to put it exactly where he needs to put it. Great job hanging in there.
Extra point up and good for the Bears. They've lost 5 of the 21-16. A squib kick this time. Be taken by Barry Sanders, who kind of dances around and gets ahead to the 39. So no big return for McCaffrey. And it worked to perfection. So this is a 5-point game. They're going to give it to McCaffrey, but we'll get a nice gain, spun down hard across 1 first down before they do it, just to get their defense a blow. The defense has been on the field.
Play action.
And they do take a shot. Hogan pulls the trigger into double coverage, incomplete. 3rd and 2 for Stanford. Hogan will hand the ball off. McCaffrey, that cut out into the open. McCaffrey into Cal territory. A first
Run to the right. See there? That's an offensive tackle. That's an offensive tackle.
they'll shift over in that direction. See if they get big number 51 going. Instead, they hand it off left side. McCaffrey hits the hole. Still going. Falls forward down to the 30.
It actually just came to me, man.
2nd and 1. They'll pitch it to McCaffrey. There's a little of that patience, but he never found a hole. He got close, but I think he was stopped about a half a yard short.
Execute.
Hogan to right, jumps over. He got the first down. Well, they're not looking to get more than just that yard they need.
Well, last week, Dave, 2 fumbled snaps cost them the football game. Right here, it's nice and clean. And what I like about it is that Kaspers delivers the football before he fires out. I thought on that. I don't get it, but hey.
You get the play off, play fake. Hogan, nice. All kinds of time to Hooper, and it's knocked down, incomplete.
And to get his arm in.
Now they'll hand it off. McCaffrey, hole up the middle, tripped up. 3rd and 2. McCaffrey out of the I formation. McCaffrey will get the first down. Well, Cal.
6'5", 321 pounds, man. It's just nasty in him.
It's on the record. Hogan stays alive. Hogan will get some positive yards. Takes a big hit. Up safety is in. Francis Owusu with the catch and run inside the 5. It's
See if they stick with their keys. Follow 98.
Chris Harrell is the fullback. Right. Drags a tackler. End zone touchdown.
Follow 98. If you're Cal's defense, throw 11 guys that way because that's where they're going. David Bright. Shining tonight as a blocker, Dave Fleming.
It's like a 12-car pileup. About 12 yards away from these guys. The sound of it crashing, physical, the lead blockers coming in. They're so physical in those situations.
Yeah, just a great answer by the Cardinal after Cal's getting back in it. And they drive down the field for 6 on the ground.
Yeah, 61 yards, 12 plays. They ran the ball. The point you made, they stayed patient. A parade. My kids are paying attention. 28-16. Stanford kicks it off. And it'll be Davis bringing it back for Cal. He falls down inside the 15. Baylor win over Oklahoma State helps Stanford and those teams that are kind of lurking, hoping for some help. Goff, another perfect delivery to Treggs. Out.
But that's just recognition by a quarterback understanding weakness.
Yeah, I think your point is, what's he supposed to do? Now his receiver stumbles and falls. And with that long drive by Stanford, Cal still holding the edge in time of possession. Bounced run. Watson stays inbounds. There's Palma to push him out. Yep, he does. And it's a first down. Yards, another Cal first down. Now, Thomas saying that Cal moved. He made contact with that offensive lineman.
He made it count.
False start. 73 offense. 5-yard penalty. Makes first down.
He did make it count. And Palma coming with some pressure. Goff gets away. He's on the move. He'll duck under the 2 possessions in the 3rd quarter. Play fake. That throw. And his receiver slipped. It's in numbers for Goff on 3rd down. Outstanding. Goff throws, and he's got Treggs. Another first down into Stanford territory.
Receiver open again.
And on Palmer, who can't, bad snap.
Low snap, but Goff handled it well. Gets the complete.
It's just you can't put tight coverage on because they'll make you pay.
2nd and 5, Watson lunges, and I think he got the first down. He did.
Cal's smart enough and patient enough to stick to what they're giving them.
Another handoff, Watson. Columbi was there, a gain of 1 time of possession. All that tells you how well Cal's playing. Some late pressure comes, and that's easy pickings for Goff. Powell with the first down after.
And right there, Powell, stiff arm Martinez out of the way.
Goff sprinting left, looking to throw. He will throw, and the ball came out of his hand funny and just spiked into the ground.
The top of your screen.
They will go to the short side. Stanford was there. Couple broken tackles, but basically just a scramble. Now we'll get the call.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 55, hitting a player out of the play, 15-yard penalty, will be 3rd down.
Well, that's a
3rd and 25. Now that's a big call. So Goff in the pocket, throws. Davis cuts it inside. He'll be tackled inside the 25.
Weapon will play a soft zone.
4th and 15. Goff in the pocket, now pressured. Throws, incomplete. He threw it high. Intended for Harris. No flags on the play, and Stanford's going to take over.
Well, that's on Goff, and he's got to make the throw because he's open. The protection is there. The call play is there. Look at the protection. Steps up into the pocket. Harris is going to come open. Throw him open. You can't miss high in a big down in a big game. No way.
Something bigger than that. 12-point lead, 8:59 to go. They're going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Picks his way forward out to the 30.
Every time they have the axe.
Yeah, and Rodney believes very strongly that they should.
Not the guy in the onesie.
7.5 to go. First down. McCaffrey just waited for a hole to open up to give the ball back with about 2 minutes to go in this game, maybe with 0 on the clock. McCaffrey, he just doesn't go down. Across the right side. They will fake it to McCaffrey, give it to Love, who's got a lot of room and all that speed. There goes Bryce Love. A little stutter step, touchdown. Man, can he run. "48 yards. And Cal fans know that one might do it.
The beautiful thing is I watched this in practice the other day and I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. You get McCaffrey. You got Garnett pulling, so the Cal defense think it's going that way. Then you see pure speed right here. And how about the block of number 52, Graham Schuler, the center, getting downfield. Didn't hit anybody, but forced the defender alter his course, springing Bryce Love for the celebration in the zone.
Ucrepina with the extra point. It is up and it is good. On ESPN, also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Stanford has opened this game up. Bryce Love with a long touchdown run. 35
fast at number 4.
It wasn't pretty for Notre Dame, but they got the job done. Goff pressured on first down after a penalty against Stanford gave Cal better field position. Yeah. And it was impressive.
I'm like the committee. I'm not stuck on just the losses. To me, Michigan State's had a lot harder turn.
Yeah, I think they're outstanding. I think that I put them at 5, Oklahoma 6. The thing I love about it, it's a playoff every week. That's what I love. And so it can change. He's intense as they come. And he looks the same.
He has been around for a while. That punt. That's not a personal commentary on you.
Well, you know what? He's the perfect
committee. I was not.
Oh, sorry.
I was not. Never padlocked the axe to myself. Christian McCaffrey with the carry on.
An underrated rivalry. And I love the tradition of the game.
Well, and they've had so many.
I mean, Cal. I don't see any Cal representatives.
That would be a first. We'd be making history tonight. I think they'll get there at some point. It's on display throughout the year in the athletic department and in both schools. That is a punt. Cal's going to play it on a bounce, and we'll see. A return would help the Bears' fleeting chances in this one. It's a pretty good return to midfield. Cal gets the ball. The stare.
I thought Goff could have hit Harris on a square, and he had a 15-yard penalty to put you in that position to start with. Earlier on, he had a chance for a touchdown with Trey Watts. The captain is serious, man. He's ready.
It's a big responsibility. Watson will get the first down.
At it, like scuffle a little bit.
It's supposed to just be a stare down. There have been lots of scuffles around this game. I don't think around the Axe. 35-16 Cardinal, 1:50 to go. Jared Goff takes a shot downfield, and it is caught for the touchdown. Bryce Triggs. Cal's not done yet.
A nice adjustment by Triggs right here. Palma does a decent job of making him throw over the top, but you see Triggs right here turning and adjusting, and that ball should be marked short of the goal line right there. Should be at the half-yard line. I don't think Goff tried to underthrow him because the safety was away. He threw it back to the safety. If he was making a great throw, he would have threw over the top of that linebacker in front of him, but the adjustment by Triggs was outstanding.
Well, they're not, whether they took that quick look and just said, yeah, the score counts, they're not officially reviewing it. Goff going for 2, it is no good. And that was big to make it an 11-point game, which would be, we're talking about miracle scenarios, but speaking of, we have a history in this rivalry. 1982, they still call it the play. Across college football, one of the most amazing in the history of college football. Let's take a look. Rod Gilmore knows it.
Yeah, he does.
That ball is going to bounce and be picked up by Wright inside the 5. Wright will go down. Cal has one timeout.
Linebacker Smith, Joe Schmidt, outstanding football team.
McCaffrey going to add to his yardage tonight. Stay in bounds. I do think that it has not been. It's been big plays. McCaffrey, Love, McCaffrey's kick return. Those have really been the difference tonight. And maybe against Notre Dame in college football this year in terms of the total yardage for McCaffrey. Now Hogan will take a knee, and the final seconds will wind off the clock. It'll be number 6 in a row for Stanford. They can celebrate a big game victory. Kevin Hogan has not lost one of these in his Stanford career. And most importantly for the Cardinal, they clinch the Pac-12 North. They will play for the Pac-12 championship a couple weeks from now.
Play the winner of UCLA and USC next week. Find that out.
And there's the Axe. The Stanford players keep it for another year. It was not a dominant performance. Cal played well, but the Stanford players can celebrate with their trophy.